Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope so. Yes, the wait is over. Here I am once more with another selection of your email comments and questions concerning the language that is English. So without any more dilly-dallying, let's have our first question for today. What are the differences between possibly and probably, useful and helpful? This question was sent in by Phina Duan from Vietnam. The word possible is normally used to express an event or situation that could happen. It may happen. It could occur. It questions the chances of something being done or occurring, or the ability to do something or its chances of success. Is it possible? Could it possibly happen? Possible can help define the choices you have before doing something. What are the possibilities? Can I do it? Is it possible? Probably in its singular sense means likely. It will most likely happen. It is sure to happen. The chance of it happening is high. You have little or no doubt about it happening. It probably will happen. Then there is the opposite. We can say probably not. This expresses that something is unlikely to happen and is impossible. Also there is probably won't. I probably won't see you tomorrow. Then there is probable. It is believed that the probable cause of the explosion was a bomb. The word useful in its general sense shows how practical an item is. Something is easy to use. It serves a good purpose. It is useful. An idea or suggestion can be useful. We can use the word handy as a synonym for useful. This screwdriver is very handy. We can describe the usefulness of a tool. It comes in useful for those difficult jobs. The opposite of useful is useless. Helpful can be used instead of useful. A helpful device, a helpful idea. But more commonly we use helpful when describing the action of giving help. To be helpful around the home. To offer helpful advice. To show care and kindness. You are willing to lend a hand. You are a helpful person. It is worth mentioning that the opposite of helpful is not helpless, as this word means unable to help yourself or move about, or to be weak and feeble. The opposite of helpful is unhelpful. A nice email. I have received a nice email from Zach, who follows my lessons in Bahrain. Zach writes to tell me that he watched all of my full English lessons in just 5 days and has been following my Ask Mr. Duncan videos too. Zach also mentions that in the future it might be a good idea to make a full-length lesson about prepositions with some examples of their uses. Well, that is a good idea, as the use of prepositions can often cause quite a lot of confusion. Thank you, Zach, for your nice email, and a big hello to everyone watching in Bahrain. Is joggle a real word, or is it made up? This question was sent in by Sam, who watches me in South Korea. The word joggle is genuine and describes short movements back and forth. To shake something, to wiggle something, or to waggle an object. This is a good example of an English word that sounds unreal, but is in fact genuine. There are many words that may at first seem made up, but are real. Perhaps I could feature some of these words on future editions of Ask Mr. Duncan. Do you think that's a good idea? Or just a load of flim-flam? Another nice email. I always like to hear from viewers in countries that I've never mentioned before, so imagine my delight when I received this email from Antonio, who lives in El Salvador. I can safely say that you are the first person to email me from there. Antonio discovered my videos during an English lesson when his teacher played 2 of my videos to the class. Antonio has since watched most of my lessons and found the one about being famous the most memorable. Thank you, Antonio, for your message, and a big hello to all those watching in El Salvador. A lovely message. I have received a nice message on my Facebook page from Pavel, who lives in the Czech Republic. Pavel thanks me for my lessons and asks if they are available on DVD. Well, sadly, the answer to that is no. As of this time, there are no plans to produce any DVD lessons. This is mainly due to the cost of producing them. So, for now, the only place where my lessons can be seen is right here on my YouTube channel. Thank you for your message, Pavel, and for becoming one of my many online friends on Facebook. Are the words uptown and downtown only used in American English? This question was sent to me through Facebook and comes from Albert Luperi, who lives in Italy. In the USA, it is common to show direction within a town or city, especially a large one. As the words suggest, uptown suggests a northerly direction, while downtown suggests a southerly one. As a noun, uptown indicates an area away from the centre. This may refer to a housing estate or residential area, far from a city centre. Downtown often relates to the lower part of a town or city. It can also mean the main commercial area of a city. You may find uptown used in a positive way, while downtown may relate to some negative aspect. This usage is common in the USA, but rarely used in British English. Thank you for your question, Albert, and a big hello to everyone watching in Italy. It's that time again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and those who are still unsure, it's that moment again. Yes, it's back, baby. It's the word of the week. No, I can't do this anymore. Oh dear. This week's word is austerity. This is a word that is being used a lot right now. It relates to the strictness or seriousness of something, an action that is stern but seen as necessary. Right now we are hearing a lot about the austerity measures that are being carried out to ease the current economic crises, such as those here in the UK and over in Greece. These types of measures usually cause hardship for many people. This type of action is often referred to as a bitter pill. You must take the medicine, but it will taste awful. Concerning your messages. As you know, I receive many messages each week from students all over the world, And from reading them, I have noticed that there are some common English grammar mistakes which seem to occur again and again. So I thought it would be a good idea to point one or two of them out. For instance, when describing something you enjoy or like, I have noticed that the word to is used. For example, I enjoy your English lessons too much. Your videos are too interesting. This use of to is in fact a negative one. Too much normally means it is unbearable. Too much sugar. The music is too loud. The room is too small. What you actually want to say is very. Your English lessons are very good. I enjoy them very much. The confusion comes from showing thanks for something. You are too kind, as this is in fact a compliment. The general rule is too much is negative. Let us not forget that too also means as well. I was at the party too. Let there be light. I love idioms, don't you? There are many idioms English involving the word light. See the light. To fully understand something after feeling confused. Light at the end of the tunnel. The feeling of hope during bad times. The slow change of a situation from bad to good. The chance of something good happening during bad times. In the light of day. Used to show how something really appears. A terrible event or situation may not seem so bad in the light of day. I have learned a lot of English, so why is it still so hard to understand? This question was sent in by Gianni, who lives in Italy. It seems to me that you are at the stage of language learning that I like to call the safety wheels off period. You have your knowledge, but now you have to put it into practice. I suppose one of the biggest challenges will be getting used to all the many different local accents of those who use English. To be honest, there are many. So the first thing I want to do is tell you that your situation is normal. It is all part of the routine of learning something new and putting it into practice. The experience is not yet there, so it is up to you to make that happen. But do not rush yourself. For example, after learning how to drive a car, you don't jump straight into a Lamborghini. Do not try to push yourself too quickly. You have the knowledge, now you need some experience. I noticed, Gianni, that you have been learning English by yourself. There is nothing wrong with this, but my advice now is to take every opportunity to use English with as many people as you can. You have a colleague from the USA, which is perfect for your situation. Using English with a native speaker can be daunting. You will feel nervous. But over time your anxiousness will ease and you will suddenly find that you can understand more and more. It takes time to learn English, and it takes time to get used to using it too. Finally, let me remind you that even native English speakers can sometimes find certain accents spoken by other native users hard to understand. Every time you hear English spoken or talk to someone in English, you are giving yourself a new experience. And as I always say, every experience has a purpose. Thank you, Gianni, for your question. Almost time to say goodbye. Before I leave you all today to have my daily rub down with a wet flannel, I would like to say a big hello to all those who have subscribed to me here on YouTube, and those of you who have joined my ever-growing Facebook friends list. I appreciate your support and the many kind messages which I receive every day. And of course your many questions too. If I did not read out your question today, do not worry, I will try to get around to answering it next time. If not next time, then maybe the time after that, or the time after that, or the time after that. Sadly, that is all the time I have for today. Thank you for watching me answering you. This is Mr. Duncan in England saying ta-ta for now.